And welcome back to Bobby Likis Car Clinic, folks. Terrific program today. Call with your questions at 888 Car Clinic. On the phone with us now is Bob Bouwma, Director of Engineering and Advanced Technologies for GoodYear Brakes. Bob, welcome to Bobby Likis Car Clinic. Glad to have you in the house.
Thank you, Bobby. It's a pleasure to be here.
Bob, let's get started right to the point. Many of us around the country are spending more time at home, so it's a great time to finally tackle that restoration project. Share with our car clinic listeners and viewers what they should consider as they embark on this sort of project.
Well, one of the things that we do at GoodYear Brakes is we're concerned about our customer safety, and we're very concerned about making sure that our customers have the highest quality products for their vehicles. All of our brake pads are manufactured in North America, and we strive to protect from corrosion and give confident feeling and safe braking conditions for your automobile.
Well, speaking specifically about vehicle brakes, share with our car clinic listeners and viewers some of the signs that they can look for to know that it's time for replacement.
Obviously, most customers recognize that brake noise is a concern. When brakes wear out, they typically go down to a wear sensor and create noise. What most customers aren't aware of is that corrosion in your calipers, rotors, and brake pads is just as big a concern. In Pensacola, with the recent flooding from the Sally that came through, salt water gets on your brakes, and salt water creates corrosion, and corrosion is definitely an enemy of brake systems.
Well, you can say that again. Let's shift gears and specifically talk about the GoodYear Brakes. I understand that GoodYear Brakes is now offering a new line of premium quality brake bundles. And I say bundles, meaning calipers, rotors, brake pads, and all the hardware. And folks, hardware is important. It's an inexpensive addition to a brake job, but it helps the guides and slides, and it's a stainless steel hardware for today's most popular vehicles. So again, Bob, share with our car clinic listeners and viewers what differentiates these brake parts from others in the industry.
At GoodYear Brakes, we have all of our remanufactured calipers coated in our proprietary anti-ox max coating. This corrosion-resistant protection helps keep your calipers working properly for an extended period of time. Our rotors are also anti-ox max coated, and this is critical to keep corrosion down on rotors so that they also perform as designed for an extended period of time. Our brake pads are completely covered in powder coat paint in order to keep the backing plates from rusting and to keep the friction material from lifting off the backing plate. Along with that, we use a Vulcan-treated insulating shim to reduce noise. It's interesting that we use a Vulcan-treated insulator because Vulcanization was patented by Charles Goodyear, another throwback to our Goodyear lineage.
Charles would be proud of today's engineers. So you can and so share that. That's a very interesting point to me. When you vulcanize something, for those car owners who might not understand vulcanization, exactly what is that process?
Well, vulcanization is taking raw rubber and adding sulfur and heat in a chemical treatment process with time, pressure, and temperature, and it converts raw rubber into vulcanized rubber, which gives it the properties that we're all familiar with a normal rubber product.
And to that end, while I've got you on the air here with Bobby Likis Car Clinic, I'd like to share another question with you that I get often asked from our listeners and our viewers, and that's the squealing noise. Is it not true that the squealing doesn't come from the pad touching the rotor, but from the backside?
Normally, brake noise can be generated in multiple areas. Typically, brake noise is a condition where something is being excited to its natural frequency. Now, I know that's a lot of engineering gibberish, but what happens is just like a bell rings at a certain tone. When you're applying your brakes and you get brake noise, you've excited some component, whether it's the rotor, the caliper, or the brake pad, to create noise.
You know, I never thought about it that way, but it makes a lot of sense. So, folks, that's one indication that you should have your brakes checked. But, Bob, what are, say, give us a couple of three ideas, advice for folks to consider as they get started on their next replacement of brake project.
Well, the first and most important when removing your brake system from your vehicle is inspect everything. Make sure that your brake pads are sliding in the anchor as designed. Corrosion has a very, very bad habit of making your brake pads stick in the brackets, and when they do, they're not allowed to freely move as the calipers designed. Second, make sure that everything is clean when you reinstall all your components. Don't be afraid to take a hand wire brush and clean metal surfaces to make sure that the corrosion is gone. Third, when you're reinstalling things, take your time, make sure that they slide properly and look proper. At GoodYearBrakes.com, we have many videos that are provided by Bruno Massel, and you can use those videos as training tools and review to make sure that you're doing everything properly.
All great advice, absolutely. Bob Bouwma, Director of Engineering and Advanced Technologies for GoodYear Brakes. So, Bob, I think a final question would be, where can our Car Connect listeners and viewers go for more information and to find the videos that you just told us about?
All of the information that we have is provided at GoodYearBrakes.com. We have many retail partners that are listed in our website, and very shortly we will be up and running on Amazon also. So GoodYearBrakes.com is the best place to go and get the information you're looking for.
Well, I have to tell you, it's a pleasure. You mentioned Pensacola and you mentioned Sally, the hurricane this past week that we had to deal with. And I will tell you, the brakes are exposed 24/7, except for the time that your car is in the garage. And the addition of the coating, and you mentioned powder coating, and folks, that's about as solid of an insulator as you can get and a protector from oxidation. So that is a whale of a great process that GoodYear Brakes has provided, and that's a step up, because that means that your rotors, folks, your calipers, and all the things down under don't rust and won't rust as long as you put them together right and use the GoodYear brake product. Bob, terrific information. I'll have to get you down to Pensacola and into our Car Connect studio and take some questions from across the nation. In the meantime, thank you so much for all of your great advice, and thank your team members at GoodYear for providing such a great product as GoodYear Brakes. And again, that website, folks, is GoodYearBrakes.com. Bob Bouwma, Director, Engineering and Advanced Technologies, GoodYear Brakes. Bob, thank you so much for joining us on Bobby Likis Car Connect today.
Thank you, Bobby. It's been a pleasure being with you.